So hey guys, welcome to this video tutorial of Codeforce's Global Round 8 Problem A solution. This was a very recent contest and this was the first problem of it. A lot of people were able to solve it, but this problem had a really small step which was really essential. So without further ado, let's start this problem. So this you can read this problem here, but if I want to explain you in simpler way and without leaving any important point, then this problem clearly states that there is just a operator plus equal to. This is very similar to any competitive coding language increment operator where we want to increment this value of a variable by a certain another value. So here we are given three variables a, b and n. So we have to do this operation on either a or b and increment them by the opposite value. Like for a we have to increment by v and for b we have to increment only by a, and after certain number of operation we have to make either a or b. This is a really important point, so I emphasize on this. Greater than or greater than the value of n. Okay, so basically if we see that we can make any one of them greater than n, and it should be strictly greater. So now let's see how can we approach it. So this problem did not have any edge cases. The main step for solving this problem was to realize the order in which the operation A and B has to be performed. Let's take these two test cases for now. So 1, 2, 3. So A is 1, B is 2, N is 3. So we are standing at here. We have to make at least this greater than 3. So but there are various options. Like in the first operation, if we choose A and add it to B, it becomes 3. But still this is not greater. So here we have to another again increment it by this, that is 3 plus 1 4. Now b has become greater and we have used two operation. But here comes the first observation. Rather than adding 1 again to this, what if we add 3 back to 4 1? Then also it would become 4, which is greater than 3. So this is a really important step. We should not just directly add everything to b. Once we add it to b, and if we add it again back to a, then the value of a would increase to a very high value. We have to realize that also. We will be realizing it soon. So let's take the other example given in the question. This was this a, b and n. So starting from 4 and 5. Okay, so let's start. So basically what are we going to do at every step is that we are going to add the minimum number to the maximum value. Okay, so this is A, this is B. So 4 is minimum, we will add 4 to 5, it will be 9, 4 remains same. We have done one operation. Then here 4 is minimum. Oh no, I went wrong. We would be adding maximum to the minimum. So here it would be 9 and here it would be 5. And then again we would be adding the maximum to the minimum. Here it would be 14. Here it would be 9 plus 5. Here it would be same 9 and we have done two operations. Then we would be adding this 14 to the 9 again because 9 is small. This would become 23. This remain 14. Then again we would be adding 23 back to 14. It would become 37. This would remain 23. We have done third operation here, fourth operation here. And then now here comes another point of observation. We should see that the values are growing very large, but if we keep on adding just 4 to 5 continuously, then till the point 5 reaches this value, we would have already done lot of many operation. So this is really optimal. Now we will again add this value back here, so it will become 5 to 50 and 37. So we have done fifth operation. Now we'll add back. When we will add back this, it will become 97, it would be 50, and we will add back, it would be greater than 100. This is what our need is. So we see that these steps, by going zigzag, like for adding this to this and then this back, we have actually increased the change per step in both of these values, and cumulative effect shows that only 7. But if we did in the same way, like we increased 5 4 plus 4 plus 4, then we would have taken 24 operations. But here if we see, we have done it only 7 operations, but in a zigzag motion. So now let's see the code, which is the same. Here is the code. Okay, so here I'm putting these inputs and there is my answer. So I'm just counting the number of steps I have to take in the zigzag. So the max is the maximum will be and minimum is the minimum, and while both of them is less, that means if any of them crosses, this while loop won't execute. We will count one step and add the maximum value to the minimum and then swap these two, because after adding the maximum to the minimum, minimum would become greater than maximum and we would be just swapping it. And after doing this operation, we would be able to solve this, and I was able to get this problem accepted. Okay, so I think this was the solution. The main observation was the zigzag motion. It was really necessary, and I think I was able to explain it. If you have any doubt, you can comment below. I will surely help you. And I have also uploaded the solution of these 3 questions which I was able to solve. I would be going through the editorials and trying more to solve the more problems and posting more solutions. Thank you for watching, guys.